Okay, Hot Dog Man just finished up your VOD, PHL Pug, where you're playing forward. Honestly, like pretty solid for a guy that doesn't really play forward. Yeah, not really much to talk about in terms of that, but just kind of getting into the main areas of focus here. Starting off, please, for the love of God, slow down. You rush so much. You rush so many plays. You'll see me talk about it like a bunch inside of the VODs itself, but you just need to like take a second and like think about some of the plays that you're making because man, some of it is so rushed and so like, and it's killing your plays. So slow down, look at your map, look at who is around you, and make plays accordingly. Right. Number two, your routes involve the defenders too. Let me fix this. This is like the wrong two. Two, right? So when routing, I notice that sometimes you're not really taking into compensation or into your like equation. Like, hey, is this defender like a part of why I'm getting into this space? Because I feel like a lot of times you end up closer to the defender on some of your routes, when sometimes you need to just take a little bit longer. And again, this goes back into slowing down, like thinking about your routes and how do I get to that spot that I want to be without getting next to the defender. You'll see one where I mention, like, instead of going straight back, you take a longer way back into the play. That avoids walls, makes him make a decision, stuff like that. So just keep in mind when you're routing, try not to close gaps artificially on the defenders. Make the defenders close gaps on you. Your pass cycle bias is still a little off, and what I mean by that is sometimes you pass when you should pass, or when you should shoot, and vice versa. I felt like this game more often than not, unlike normal you were passing way too much. There are multiple points where you like beat someone completely, and you decided to just pass to them, even though they were in no spot to catch a pass, right? So that said, um, be more confident in yourself, but also at the same time be conscious of what types of passes you're making and when you're holding the puck, when you're getting rid of it, etc. Right. Final thing, find ways to get more creative in the ozone. So what I mean by this, don't just sit in front of the net. Don't just don't be boring with your plays. Don't just throw it in the middle every time. Find those down low plays, get cycles going, stuff like that. Get things to get the defense moving. Otherwise, it's just boring. Like it's not going to work. So try to find ways to get things to be more interesting in the ozone. So overall, like I said, pretty solid for a guy that normally I know doesn't play defender, or sorry, doesn't play forward. But still some things that you could definitely change around here. If you have any questions, or if anyone has any questions about this VOD overall, feel free to leave them in the comments. I will respond, or you can DM me on Instagram, or sorry, on Instagram. I thought of Hot Dog Man. You can DM me on Discord, in the PHL, or in IPV. Take your pick, and I can respond to questions there. So, without further ado, let's get into this. Hot Dog Man 1. Forward VOD this time. Against Pug. I believe.
Gosh, I can't wait for the draft.
Holy.
Oh.
So on these, be careful. Shoot me. Shoot this. Really the best quality I'm gonna get. Well, that's pretty shit. Try not to shoot the zone so early. This is a bad habit I have too. Just kind of turning up the wall here. Try to recover in the middle, and if you are gonna shoot the zone, try to do it through the middle instead. It's not a huge deal. You really you're gonna make no difference on this play, no matter what happens. Um, but shooting up the wall like this, you're not really an option for your teammates. And if anyone decides to turn in the middle here, no one in your team is focused on it. So it's important to be defensive minded first, and then worry about the
I mean,
forward side of
I'll tell
things.
you. I'll tell you.
Okay. So when you're challenging these, keep your stick on the ice. Just in general, this is just like a general tip. Your stick is doing nothing here, being poked out like this. So whether I like to just kind of put my stick and feet across my body like this, if you're a lefty, obviously it's mirrored on the other side, but getting your stick in the lane in any sort, or flip your stick the other way, I guess on your side would be like the backhand and try to get a block here. Maybe trying to swipe around eventually, which like really collapsing on this play and swiping inward. since you're a lefty, your swipes will go right from left because it starts on long hand reach and it goes to the short side, right? Like you don't want to start your swipes on the left because it's on your short side, and they're going to be very baby swipes. So these are the better ones. So closing out quick as a forward is really important. It's kind of your job to take the more, I would say, like riskier challenges. Also, the more kind of like anything up here, you just try to close out very quickly. The defenders have to be a little bit more cautious about how they're defending. So. Okay, you recognize this is good. You recognize that 17 is taking your wall when you shoot to the other side of the ice and you start going forward. This is really good. A lot of forwards, a lot of time. When you're here, you'll just stop and then try to turn up the wall here and try to go here, but you recognize that there's open space, which is good. A lot of being a forward is finding open space, and sometimes it's not even just for yourself, but it's for your teammates too. Not only do you find this open space that gets yourself open, but you make walls right here, make a decision on if he wants to cover Mango or yourself, so it's very difficult to make that decision in the moment. Okay, this is good routing. This is good, like turning on the wall, shedding Reno, like you completely blow Reno off. So now you can turn back in for an easy pass. Probably should come to you here, but just doesn't. But
I like Gino.
I think he's the best.
He could play forward and he could play defense.
Yeah, he can play both. I think he's the best. I think he's.
Yeah. So here you're not really getting much help. Really, anytime you're in the corner as a forward, your first thing to check is obviously the middle, but this is being completely zoned off. I mean, if you want to try and slam it through, you can, but Reno has a stick in his feet. I can almost guarantee you. Lurkers here in the middle for sure. And then the second thing you should look for are rounds. Both of the rounds are open, so just take those. Or the better thing I would do here is I would try to carry out and get into the space. But your turn into the corner here is kind of strange, I feel. No?
I think he's.
Yeah, no, I would carry out here. Like you need to like look at your map and see this, especially as a forward. Reno is trying to keep it so this pass doesn't come through. He's worried about this pass. You can 100% turn and burn him like so hard. So I would do that.
I think he's the best.
Too much off the wall. You burn Reno on the first play. One tap it to the middle. Like this is so open. Like you should know that Blurker was here because you were checking your map on the first hand or on the first part, and you shed Reno, and that's great. So you should still know that Blurker is here and ready for a pass. So this is good. This is a really good pass, actually. Like. And it's kind of risky because if you mess it up, you turn it over. But ideally in league settings, someone would turn down and beat around. But you did really well with this. Is great recognizing the play. Like this is a really good job for any of my people looking on who aren't named Hot Dog Man that are kind of more looking on tips on how to read plays. Again, like this is something that I've already noticed twice. You do a great job at. You realize there's space and you realize one of your guys is skating here. This is great. This is incredible. Now Reno misses it, but like that's a great idea. The idea there is great.
A very good shot. He can create space for himself.
Oh, nice try.
That's what I want to build my team around.
I believe.
Okay, no, so okay, you're in the middle here. This is cool. This is cool. This is cool. Right here, get out of the middle. You have one. Now going to be two guys on you. You are so close. How is this pass ever going to get through? Right, and then once it gets here, how in look at yourself, Hot Dog Man. 1, 2, 3, potentially 4 defenders. You need to move. Now, this is one of my biggest gripes in the game. Where do you want to move? That's the question. The first answer, which is I think the worst, is you move a little bit back. You hit S and you back skate to the middle. I don't think that's very good. I don't think it's very helpful. Second answer that I like to do, I like to go give my forward and around option. And if they don't want to take it and I see them turn out, right? If I go down for the around, I will then turn out like this and meet them out here for the cross pass if they want it, right? So the play looks like this. His average is carrying. If he's under too much pressure, you're down here. He can go to you, and then you skate under it and you can chip it out to the middle, right? Super easy 1, 2, 3. Or if he doesn't like, if he thinks the background is covered, he can keep skating out here, and then while you went down low, you might decide you see him turn. You can turn the other way by using like a board bounce or whatnot. You don't even need to turn. You can just like board bounce and get to this middle spot and kind of re-enter the slot at a better position. I hate people who sit in the middle. It is stupid. It's dumb. So please don't do that. Yeah.
He's behind me.
You
Yeah.
see me, twin.
Okay. So, right here, you know Reno is behind you, right? Walls is obviously scared of this back door, and quite honestly, this back door isn't dangerous. Just the way that, like, this is just not going anywhere, because the second that you send this pass, average is going to turn on this thing. The only way that this back door becomes dangerous if you're able to cut low, but if you cut low, Reno's going to swipe you. You just need to keep the puck in front of you a little bit, and then take it to the left and shoot. Straight up. And this is just a tip in general when you have defenders on you. Oops, not playing the queue. When you have defenders on you, like actually on your ass and you can't do anything, let me switch lefty for this demonstration. But to the point where like that you can't shed them, keep the puck a little more in front of you as you carry, just little taps, and then finish, right? You don't want to be like handling in a spot where one handle was going to equal a swipe. So if someone's right behind you, you'll notice I do this a lot in pugs. I will, if I'm carrying a puck up and I know someone's behind me, I'll just go like this. You know, like stuff like this. These little taps keep like arbitrary like zones away from me and the defender. This is something that V also does a ton, kind of these like little taps. And also what you can do, start to adding in once you become a little bit better at these, is these little taps. You can then add chops and then, you know, pull the puck away, right? Stuff like that where you can really start adding these like quick motions. Like, okay, you have a defender coming onto you here, like that, right? Or here you can kind of chop in. Sorry, I'm not a lefty. So, you know, stuff like that that can really add some dynamics to your game, especially with this. I know I do this a lot, like in D2, for example. If I slow up on a defender, I'll just keep my stick right here, and then eventually I'll cut, go backhand, you know, do whatever I need to do. So, so don't be handling like this. Keep the puck slightly in front of you. You handle back into your feet when you know, like he's giving you the, like he's not even hiding his stick. He's giving you the intel. Hey, I'm right here, dude. And look, you still handle back into him. So can't do that. You have to either shoot, pass it off, or just continue keeping it. Or if you want to go down low and then eventually go for the backdoor pass, which is I think what you want, just slightly like plop the puck in front of you, just far enough that Reno's out of range, but that walls can't reach it. Okay, Cap kind of fries your ass on this route. Not even gonna lie here. You need to stay with him here. So your idea is you kind of want to turn up. You do not have the puck, my friend. Look at where the puck is, right? You need to turn with Cap. Just a simple tap board bounce will do. You don't need to fully board bounce like this. You just want to turn in and face the zone again. So if you're defending Cap, and I guess you're over here playing, but you're defending Cap, you're going up the wall, right? All that kind of stuff. And then he dumps the puck in. You know Cap wants to re-enter. You know Cap is trying to re-enter the zone to try and attack you again. So all you need to do is just tap the wall and continue to. You know where he's going. You know he's going to turn back in to re-enter the attack. And I know it's hard sometimes to take this like and not just like go straight forward. Believe me, I was an F1. I understand like the bait that you see right here, but you are not to this puck right here. This flare right here should scream to you 1, 2, 3 down, and also this over the middle. This should scream to you. I need to get to the middle. So just keep that in mind as you play forward a little more. Like these plays, like this is what makes a difference between like, guys like Glenn and Owen, I would say, for example. Like they both have great mechanics, but Owen sees this shit. Like stuff like this where you just, like he sees when you try to pull stuff like this and he'll swipe you, for example. So please try and do that as a forward. I mean, you should be calling gone here. Gone. through something, right? Like Reno is turned to the side. You have almost a full bar stamina. I'd say about 3/4 full, maybe half, 3/5. I don't know. You should be calling gone. You're over the top, but again, it's a pug. I don't expect comms to be just like peak, you know.
I,
Somehow works.
oh,
Hot
you
dog
see me.
man. Hot dog man. Oh my god,
Back.
what's
What is that?
Oh,
I normally don't include like good parts in VODs because the whole point of a VOD is like, hey, you need to like look at what you did bad. But this is like really perfect 2-on-1ing. Like you turn in, you so this is great. So first off, you turn in like this. You first off scare number 6 and you say, hey, I might cut back inside on you, so you have to respect that I might cut back inside on you. So he slows down. So once you slow him down, you cut back inside. Now there's another defender. He has to respect that this pass is coming. And so then you pull it back down to your forehand again, which is great. Now he's behind you. Now you've opened up the pass. And unfortunately, average doesn't score. But that is a great execution of a 2-on-1.
oh.
For any of like the high mechanic people out there who are like, I just can't seem to convert on those, that's a great execution of a 2-on-1. Okay. Your forward routing kind of is bad here from average, but Mango is calling it, but he should be calling it more loudly. You should look for these plays especially. Just chip this back under you. Go completely flat across. Especially if you're a forward and you're dragging people this way. Like, look at, you have this guy coming to you, this guy coming to you, this. You have 3 people all obsessed with you. This pass is not getting through. And even if it does, 67 is right here to turn on it. So these kind of like cross, like back where you came from passes, you just have to be very careful. Because like, let's say Reno reads this and he stops going on you and starts getting here, you have to be very careful because he can easily pick this. But this, if you play it hard enough, this gets to the wall and Reno's chilling, or Mango's chilling.
Yes, she's wide open.
Nice.
Bangladesh.
Well done. Pretty good.
Wide open.
I hate these backhand shots, so I respect you for going for it. I personally like to slow up on these and put them back on my forehand and shoot, but you know what? Fuck yeah. I like it.
Bangladesh. No.
Oh no, he's very open.
Oh, what is it? God, did that go off the inside of
That's
your
me.
pad?
That's me.
Yeah, I should have gone 5-4, but it didn't.
You've seen me twin.
Oh, it's so slow.
Turn for that. Okay, so a couple things.
Gone 5-4.
So first off, right here, you have to recognize, even though you're playing forward, Mango's playing forward right now. You need to recognize, you need to kind of peel back here. Because you're really making this tough on Blurker because you have a 3 high look, and it's very easy to cover 3 high because they just put 3 on, and then there's one black back checker on you. So, but okay, you decide not to. Their defense kind of collapses because everyone's worried about Mango. Great. So this puck's coming to you. You know it's slow. You hear him calm slow. You need to turn on this. Just hit the boards, not a board bounce. Just like tap the board so you can turn and skate towards this.
Oh, it's so slow.
But instead you wait for it and you kind of just lose.
The hellings.
Bro, how are you no stam here? What?
The hellings.
Why are you dumping stam to get back in this play? Okay, so this is another thing as a forward. Like, why are you throwing all your stamina to the garbage here? What? Like, you're not catching Cap, you're not catching Reno, you're not catching Jackson, and there's no one else like on your line. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what are you dumping stamina for?
The hellings.
And so when you're back in the play finally, the puck comes to you and you're like 50% and you can't go anywhere. Because just to turn and then get back to normal speed, you're burnt. So this is a super important part of forward is using stamina only when you need to, and you need to get around someone, when you need to kind of like keep neck and neck with someone on a back check, but you weren't even close. So you just need to recognize that, hey, like, I'm not even in the play on this guy. So you just got to hold your stamina. It makes it so much harder for you to make something on offense here. And the play just kind of dies.
Tried to get to average.
Time we talked about this, right? Put your stick on the freaking ice. You're trying to hide your stick, great, but like eventually it's got to go down because this is a block pass and a 2-on-1 turnover. If you can turn this the other way. Okay. Right here. So most of your routes have been good. Like like you've done a good job working back to the puck at multiple points in this VOD, which huge thumbs up on. Like that's really good. Sorry, tired. You've been doing a very good job at working back to the puck. However, this is a spot. Blurker has this puck. Yo, you need to get to the middle here. Like, you need to be calling, like, gone middle, and this puck needs to land right here. Stop working back to the play. There's no one for you to work. Like, look at where all blue is. You are on an island here, and this puck is getting to 70 first. Look at what happens.
Me open?
And you say me open, which, great. But, like, you should have, like, right when you said me open, you should be turning. And you should be catching this instead in the O-zone, but
Me
I'm
open.
blind. I don't see puck.
Me
Ugh.
open.
yeah, no,
Oh, you open?
you need to go to the middle here. Just trust me, even if the pass misses, just get used to it. Like, a good defender is going to drop this right here for you. Once you hit the wall, not even like a board bounce, you just get on puck. Right? You're open up here. Okay, you see the puck gets turned over, you just tap the wall like this, and you just wait for it to land right here. Like, I don't know. I don't see why you would work back to the puck here. You're like Jackson realizes it too late, and you're working back to the defender. Don't work towards the defender. Work away from him. Really awesome forward routing. I just want to call this out here. Like, okay, great. So you're turning, you're open, right? Right here. I would tap S a couple of times, try to slow up, maybe try to wait for this, but if he decides he doesn't want it, he doesn't want it. Like, I would slow up just a little. Your max speed right now. Like, just maybe if you were like here right now, here, that pass might be more viable. But once he decides he doesn't want this, getting to this wall is super strong for this chip pass. And not only does this chip pass like open up this like an easy out for your defender right here, but look at what it does for Blurker. If Blurker actually like pressed the W key here and got into space like this, look at how much space is open if Mango decides, this chip is a little risky. This is something that is super underrated, but I do this route all the time when I'm in pugs. Like, it is so strong. It opens up so much space. Again, I would just press S a couple of times here. I would wait a few seconds. Try to once he turns off the wall, I would try to be here, right? Even if you're a little slow. But other than that, you decide right here, okay, I'm going to the wall, but I would not cut up here. I would continue to the wall as long as possible and then cut up. But overall, this is great routing. I don't know. I like it. But to be honest, I don't mind you sitting drop here. I would just try and get into this drop lane a little more. I know caps here, I get it, but instead of being on a complete flat drop, maybe try to get come off the wall a little and try to get Blurker to drop it here. It's a lot easier to cut it and make a play. When you catch this puck, you're completely screwed, to say the least. Yeah, I don't know. I would have popped out a little bit and kind of shown Blurker hey, I'm looking for more of this drop, because this one, even though it's only such a small distance, this drop is so much more dangerous because you catch this and you cut. You're running and gunning the second you catch this. And if you do want to stay on a wall drop, press S a couple of times, dude. Slow down. Slow yourself down a little bit. Dude. Now you're overcompensating. This is a carry spot. Your forwards are kissing each other, man. This is one of these spots where you have to forwards. Well, I mean, your teammates are kissing each other. You have to realize this is not a spot where your forwards are in a position to receive a puck. Instead, this is good. You're you got them messed up. This is where you should be saving stamina. Let's see what happened to your stamina here. Okay, use a lot of it to get around them, which is fine. I wouldn't have used all of it. Right when you get around Jackson, I would stop holding shift, but this is min-maxing to the extreme. You have to really be. But again, this is what it takes, right? Right here, cut back out on walls. Just cut back out. Give some time for these guys to unravel themselves. Blurker is going to go up, and ideally average follows in behind you as you go like this. And so your play will kind of be a 1-2-3 attack. You're threatening either a drop or an across. And again, dude, it's okay to slow up a little bit. Look at how far these guys are behind you. Slow the play down a little bit. You don't need to be going at 30 kilometers per hour. It's so rushed, and it ends up being a turnover. And you guys had like a legitimate 3-on-2 if you just slow down.
Kind of fucking win.
That's so slow. That's so slow.
I don't like you stopping here though. This stop is really dumb.
Oh, you see.
Like, you completely hitting alt and going to pretty much 0 is really dumb. Just turn out and re-enter the play. This is a part of, like, the slowing down theme I keep talking about. It's okay to take your loss for a second and then re-enter. Because this allows the puck to get to average, and then you'll meet with him on his terms. Because by the time this puck gets to, like, here, where he's skating into it, you'll be here. And so now you guys are skating together, and it's a lot easier to make a play. But, like, stopping right here in the middle...
That's so slow.
Now you're in this like super awkward spot, and average didn't really have an option.
Winning.
Oh no.
You don't
Well, this is good routing though. Like, this is pretty good. Like, you're on a through, you realize it, so you dump your stam. This is a good spot to dump stam. Like, oh man, that's so close. I don't know if that through gets. It's a tough through pass to hit, but I like it.
What?
Joe Dog.
You kind of get overwhelmed here. Just slow, like, you don't have to like slow down a little, but just like be patient. You see him jump, just go this way. Like, you see him jump, turn this direction. Look at how he's sliding. Like, you skate right into him. He jump, turns. What does he just go this way? Put it on your forehand and skate around him. It's you lefties that love your backhand, bro. It's so easy to predict. You always go to your backhand. Go to your forehand, man. Put some trust in your forehand and go rip something. Decide to cut in, but if this pass isn't coming like right by here, it's not coming, right? Do I think Blurker should have sent this when you were cutting in? Yeah, because this play's dangerous. But this is where you should now abandon ship and turn back up the wall like this. Like, not even like that hard. I would do something like this and route like back, like this. But the reason that route is better than this route that you took straight back is because it creates space and it slows the play down. So right here, okay, Blurker's taking it back. So Walls is like, all right, I'm going to go Charles Blurker. I'm going to go Charles Blurker. What this does is it forces Walls to like actually have to use his brain, dude. Like, it makes him think, okay, what do I need to do on this play? Hot Dog Man's turning behind me on the play. And this is fine because you have the puck. So it's like, it's, if you lose it, like, it's not your fault that you're not on defense, right? So turn out and then eventually come back to it, right? Work your way back to the puck. And then if Walls makes the conscious decision to actually guard you, it opens up average across the middle, right? But this is a part of it. Slow down. Everything doesn't need to be so rushed. But instead, it's like you're trying to, like, again, this is the second time I talk about it. You're trying to, like, gap close on this defender. And you just don't need to do that. Okay, this is fine until it isn't. Like, the first few swipes, like that you're trying here, okay, this is fine. Like, you're trying to swipe, that's fine. This swipe is where it gets bad. So this is like, eventually as a forward, you have to realize that there's a certain limit where you have to stop swiping. Because you got to realize these guys are gapped up, these are the guys that are gapped up, and these two are pretty much out of play. So this first swipe, this is like a all or nothing, not even like an all or nothing. This is like a, I'm just going to see if I get it here, I put it to the wall and I could turn up, right? Screw it. However, okay, you don't get it. That's fine. Right here, though, you need to go meet Walls. Either you have to like actually put your stick out and like swipe down and try to win it to the corner, or because you're just trying to like poke it to yourself like that. That's not like a serious challenge. But instead, you need to actually like meet and slow up with him. Like meet up with him on the body angle and then try and slow him down to let Mango catch him. He's so close to him. But you got to be super careful because if he burns you, like if this is like any good forward, like Smasher or anything like that, who's not on like 8 billion ping like Walls is, he just cuts in and like torches you guys here. But you get kind of lucky. So.
Oh yeah.
Where's the box?
Oh yeah. 17. That's you.
Ooh, ahead of me. I don't know. Oh,
It's unlucky. Again, okay. So, this is something like Bubble taught me, like, dude, I was like maybe 300 hours, 400. No. At least I was 200 to 300 hours in the PHL. So, like, pub hours don't really count, for being honest here. So, draw a line between you and the puck. right? If you're the forward. Is this pass getting through? More than likely. Probably not. Reno is standing right here. What do you need to do to make sure that this pass gets more likely to get to you? Well, the obvious answer is either get here for this pass or get here for this pass. Now, what is easier for you to do and what is easier for Reno to guard? So this one is obviously easier for Reno to guard because if you try to skate past him, look at the difference. Like we can just draw a triangle here, right? Like look at how much farther he has to go or how much farther you have to go than he has to go, right? But if we look at the other perspective, if you try to like drop back to like here instead and try to like route into this direction, this is how you can screw Reno over as a defender. So you see this. Press S a little bit and kind of sneak in behind Reno. Because now you're forcing him to make a decision. And if he, let's say you're here right now, he's like, okay, I need to watch this drop to Hot Dog Man. And he forces his body to the left. Like, let's say it looks like this, right? That's now where you can jump the gun here and get around him for this pass. But right now, look, I mean, like, just keep him. I can't obviously draw it in real time, but like, keep an imaginary line in your head right now as this play is happening. And how does this pass ever get to you?
I don't know.
Reno is perfectly in between. And like, it hits a couple shafts and like almost gets to you. And like, you almost get rewarded for bad positioning. But, you know, again, sneak in behind Reno. Kind of almost get just like right here on him. Just be just out of his reach to the point where it's so awkward he's got to kind of get back in the way of you. And then once he's so out of position, like once you guys are skating like this and this, that's when you can then turn around and burn him a little bit. But this just isn't dangerous, right? Like if you were here right now and Reno was still here, that's dangerous. Because this drop pass, the second you get it, you just turn out and you are like free. So again, slowing down, right? We've talked about, that's like I think going to be like the main theme of this video, slowing down.
I don't know. Save that word.
Oh, it was a good ISO. I took out walls.
Oh, fuck.
Again, dude, like you beat your guys. Like now you're overcompensating on passing, and this is something like
Save that word.
people are like might clown you like, oh, because you gain this like reputability as like a defender of like little owling up the ice, right? And that is bad. I think that is bad for defenders. But you are playing forward. What is your job as a forward? Is to put puck in net, right? You make a great move here. Great, okay?
Good ISO.
You make another great move here. Dude, turn in. Go. Look at this. Oh my god. Blurker is not in the like he's not even close to me. Turn, go. This is you. This is all you. Turn in. Go. It's okay. Sometimes you're not gonna sometimes a pass might look good, but you need to trust yourself. That's part of playing forward. It's a reason like Jerky always talks about like being an effective forward is so hard because of those decisions. But just in this VOD, you've seemed to opt pass over shoot, which is fine. I don't hate that you're like trying to get yourself like excited to pass, but you need to be able to carry when you need to be able to carry. You know what I mean? Okay, so first off,
I really want to see a rule one in D1.
who are you dropping this puck to? Even if this drop does get through, this is just like getting to cap first. No, unless I'm seeing something incorrectly, but this is getting to cap. If we're being totally honest, but again, just carry, dude. Just go. And if he swipes it, fine. Let him swipe it. It's okay to make a mistake as a forward. But like,
They take it too seriously over there.
and now once you do get around walls, this is where like now you have 3 guys on you, and now you're kind of screwed. This is not really your fault, to be honest. Your team's routing just kind of sucks here. This is covered. This is covered. This is covered. Honestly, if I'm a forward here, I don't know what I'm going to do, so I'm just not going to comment on it. I mean, you try to pull off some magic, so I can respect that. That's a pretty tough spot to be as a forward.
Depending on who it is.
But no, the main idea of this play, though, like, what are you trying to do? Like, you have to call go low, go low, go low if you want to make this play.
They take it too seriously over there.
They need to
Nah,
do a rule
I
one
think
in
depending on
Buffalo.
who it is.
I can see like a Jabba and Demi doing it.
Jabba is not.
Your routing here is kind of booty,
Depending on.
but it's
depending on
okay.
who it
This
is.
is why we're here, right?
I can see like a jab.
Okay, again, like, slow down, right? Enter the play with Lurker, okay? Like, you just stand in front of him. Like, I don't know, it's not horrible. I guess you're going for tip and you get a nice rebound, but I would almost prefer if you, like, were a cross pass option, because this, he gets collapsed on now because Reno and Jackson realize, hey, Hot Dog Red's just standing down the middle. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need to worry about him. Like, if that pass gets through, it gets through. Again, I would tap S, or even you could even alt here if you wanted to. If you wanted to alt and go this way, I would even be fine with that. Because you still get here for the rebound if you want it. I don't know. I'm just not a fan of people skating towards in front of the net like this. It's just not my favorite. It's okay in spots. Like if you had a tip goal the other night. Like it's great if it works, right? Okay, now again, like slow. He's behind you. He's showing you his stick range. We know he's a good blade off of us. He's about this far. He's about a blade off. Reno is coming in hot. And again, you kind of just have to know these things. Like Reno's a lefty, right? But again, this is nerd stuff, right? Just take your time, dude. Cut in. You see it right here. Like right here, you see it. You see it in your head. You cut in. But it's so quick. It's so rushed. Just cut in. Take it to the middle and shoot from here. Because from here, you could choose here, held, here. Like, it's just so rushed.
Bangladesh.
This is actually a good play. I like you sitting down low here, but once you see average wants to carry, something I like to do in this spot, like, once it gets to here, just try to, overlap him. Very OP. Especially if he wants to carry down low. You can overlap him and look for, a pass like this. It's really strong. I like to play this position a lot, like this kind of, down low boards guy. So I know this works pretty well when I've tried it.
Bangladesh.
And everybody's unhappy with me. Fucking hell.
Okay. So again, slowing down, dude. You're so rushed because you hear swish, 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 and you become so rushed and you try and do this. Turn out of the zone here, man. Look, they got the Great Wall of China on you and no one's open. Just turn out and re-enter. Do the owl thing. Do the demi thing. Just realize, look at the play. They have the Great Wall. You have two guys out. Average is a non-factor. Just turn out. Slowing down, being patient. It'll do wonders for you, I'm telling you. Okay, so for the rest of this game, you just kind of cherry pick and fuck around, which is cool because you're up 2-1. Or no, you're down 2-1. You guys should be up. I feel like they didn't do much, but again, you guys just rushed everything in this game. I don't know.
No.
That one you hit right click on. Holy crap. Yeah, man, you gotta just slow down. That's the biggest thing. Obviously, I don't record the pre-intro before. Obviously, I watch the VOD before I do anything. Yeah, I will include that in the intro. But again, I don't think it's a positioning issue, dude. You just gotta pace yourself and slow down a little bit here and there. I don't know. And then I guess being a little more intentional, I guess, would be my other thing. I don't know. This VOD wasn't too horrible. I don't know. I'll have to rethink of it. I'm gonna have to recap what I was thinking in my head. But I'm gonna put this at the beginning, obviously, while I get my thoughts together. But again, the biggest thing, if you could take something away, is slow down. Look at your map when you're ahead of someone. Just breathe, bro. Seriously, just. You overthink your handle. You overthink what's the next play so often. You just got to slow down. So, anyhow, I'm gonna wrap this up. It's 48 minutes long. I still gotta edit it, and it is 12:37 in the morning. I have to be up at T-minus 7 hours, so you know how that goes. And I gotta record the intro. So, peace out.